Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. A Ripple executive explains why we're seeing the price action in crypto that we are seeing. And, an important part of what she's saying turns out to be exactly in line with what I've been saying too. It's just an observation, so I wanted to share with you her perspective. But upon reading this, if you can just understand some very basic things, then it's very easy to not feel emotionally sad or scared or any of those things in tumultuous times like we're in right now, which is arguably a bear market. And whether you think it fits the definition of a bear market or not, it doesn't matter. Prices are horrendously suppressed. Bitcoin down substantially from its all-time high. Many altcoins down 80, over sometimes over 90, 95% from their recent highs last year. It's safe to say that things aren't looking as hot as they were the first half of 2021. So I want to share with you, there's also a very positive headlines. So there was that one was titled RippleExec Talks Crypto Crash, but here's another one from you today. XRP bulls trying to break bearish trend. Yet another one. XRP is becoming extremely interesting asset as investor sentiment reveals. So you'll see, and when I get to this article too, it's just interesting to see how the people out there, because we're talking like typical retail speculators out there, how they're perceiving things, because they're actually perceiving XRP very positively, and sentiment for most cryptocurrencies, especially over the shorter time frame that's referenced in the article, way down. So anyway, plenty to talk about, but before we're going any further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice. And you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. As I record this, XRP is at 35 cents, Bitcoin at $21,637, market cap for the asset class still just a little over $1 trillion, and Bitcoin dominance at 38.71%. So looking at weekly charts for most cryptos, it's frankly since last Friday, by and large, mostly been sideways trading. That's what it looks like. Yes, still volatile because it's crypto, but within a more narrow band rather. And here's the crypto fear and greed index at 25 out of 100. So market participants still in quite a bit of fear. Oh, and by the way, I wanted to mention this too, since I like to be transparent about certain things. I think it's fun to talk about this stuff. I mentioned in over the last 2 days in two separate videos where I was talking, a little bit more about price and stuff, that I did start purchasing some crypto again. And mind you, towards the later part of last year, my bags were packed. I was like, it is known. I was hoping for an alt season. Certain altcoins popped off. We still haven't seen it to that point, but whether it was late October, early November, that's when I last purchased crypto, and I didn't buy again until May of this year because I was just ready for things to blast off. That's what you hope for anyway. You never know for sure. I never pretend to know, but we didn't see that a crazy alt season that we were all hoping for. Not to this point anyway. Doesn't mean it won't happen. But since prices started cratering back down, I got excited. I started to get sufficiently enticed, and so in May, I did buy crypto for the first time again in whatever it was, 8-9 months, whatever it was. And 2 days ago, I was sitting there looking at the price of HBAR, and I'm like, this son of a bitch is only 6.6 cents. I'm down in my investment. This is the time to buy. So I bought more. And then yesterday, I bought more HBAR at 6.8 cents. And today, I looked at the price, and it was 6.7 cents per HBAR, and I bought more. And here, it's a cryptocurrency. It's number 15 market cap, less than $1 billion market cap at the time that I'm recording this, way down from its all-time high. All of this is very appealing to me. In terms of total supply, less, or actually, at its max, it would be half of what XRP's total supply is. And so if it's going to be completely adopted or largely adopted, I have a suspicion it could be worth way more. So this is not me telling you to go buy. I just think it's fun to talk about this stuff, and I felt really good buying HBAR 3 days in a row, and maybe I'm going to do it again tomorrow. But and fine, I'm down in the investment to this point, and I've been holding it since early 2021. I don't care. I see it that low, and I understand that there's a pullback. No, I think that's the damn time to buy, and so I did it. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. And the reason that I hadn't been buying more in between, later part of last year and May of this year is because I'd spent enough money at that time. I was like, I put in enough money. So unless I'm sufficiently enticed, I'm not really going to buy much more. But you get to these levels, I'm like, okay, I'm enticed. And if it craters way lower, I've got a boatload of capital on the sidelines, and I'm really going to unleash it. I will see if we see another major leg down. I don't know if it's going to happen. I will be thrilled. And so why not be scared about this, though? Well, that leads us into This article from you today titled RippleExec Talks Crypto Crash. And again, part of what she says is exactly in line with what I'm talking, and it's why it doesn't make sense to be fearful about this volatility, which has nothing to do with fundamentals. And I'm willing to bet that all of the higher ups at Ripple, they probably get this stuff. They're really sharp people. They're not making emotional decisions when it comes to business or freaking out. Oh my God, is XRP going to go to zero? I don't think they are. They're just building an empire around it, right? With XRP at the core of their business model. And I think that all of them get it. How could they not? I understand how somebody who is not into finance heavily and you just jump in the world of crypto, you put your real money in and then it goes down relative to whatever fiat currency you use to purchase it. I understand how that's scary. I just don't think that these people are responding the same. I think they're looking at the facts and circumstances. They're looking at human psychology, behaviorally, what has happened over the last 13 years that the crypto asset class has occurred. And I think they're not really worried about it. I think they understand market cycles and that despite massive pullbacks, we're still just trending up over time. So check this out. In a recent interview with London-based media outlet Financial News, Cindy Young, Ripple's managing director in Europe, says that the recent cryptocurrency crash was caused by the unfavorable broader macroeconomic environment. So I'll just pause and say I only slightly disagree with this. So yeah, fine. Crypto moves in tandem with stocks, like I always say, but crypto was way overbought. Like we were in pure euphoria last year. Like we got to acknowledge that, right? Things weren't going to stay there forever. So I'm not saying that the macroeconomic environment didn't matter. I would agree that it was a factor, but if anyone's position is that was the primary factor, well, no. Markets were way overheated, obviously, which is what's resulted in this tremendous crash downwards largely. And yes, there's macroeconomic factors, but that's why I'm so happy to be buying HBAR today. Oh, and by the way, I wanted to mention this too before I forget. My HBAR holdings, since I started purchasing more of it in May of this year, are now up 46%. And I considered my bags to be sufficiently packed, mind you. But now, from May until today, up 46%. I'm going to take that. I think it's going to be worth a fortune in the future. We'll see. I could be wrong. Maybe it goes to zero, whatever. But anyway, piece continues. Young says that it would be very challenging to predict whether cryptocurrencies have already reached the bottom of the correction due to their increasingly strong correlation with the stock market. Tap and pause right there again. Bam. That's exactly, I've been saying that for the longest damn time, and I'm not the only one that believes this in the world of crypto, but I want to continue to spread this message. And if you just understand it, and there's so much data out there to prove that she is accurate on this, why be fearful? It has nothing to do with long-term viability or, fundamentals of any particular cryptocurrency. The whole space moves in tandem, and on top of that, the entire world of crypto, in terms of global markets, the big moves, it's in tandem with the stock market. Provably true. And so on all the dates over the last X number of years that I've been looking at anyway, the big moves down where people are just spooked and they're scared, at the same moment, stocks in crypto go down. If it's during market hours anyway. Crypto's traded 24/7, but stocks aren't. But if it's during market hours and that it hits, happens at the same damn time. It's like most people don't get this, and even if they do logically understand that that's true, they still feel emotions. They can't separate it. It's a deficiency when it comes to investing, unfortunately. You're going to get bitten on the rear side by your own actions if you don't figure this stuff out, unfortunately. That's what I believe in. So I'm not telling you to buy or sell or hold anything, but that is a belief that I have, and I feel so strongly about it. I think everybody at Ripple understands this. I don't think Ripple's worried about XRP going to zero. Can you imagine if they were actually worried that that's something that was probably going to happen, or there was even a reasonable chance it might happen, yet they're building this entire business, global business, hiring hundreds of more people recently, and they're just like, oh, well, if it goes to zero, I guess our business model's over. Oops. Crypto's going away. Oops. No, I don't think that they're worried about that in the least. Anyway, piece continues. She has stressed that the shift in technology is more important than short-term price performance. Young has noted that many crypto projects with real use cases continues to raise funding in spite of overly bearish sentiment. As reported by you today, Ripple bucked the trend by announcing that it would continue hiring hundreds of employees globally, despite Coinbase and other key crypto players announcing mass layoffs due to difficult financial conditions. CEO Brad Garlinghouse said that his company had a significant balance sheet that would allow it to weather the crypto market storm. Exactly. And so they are expanding. Even during tough times like this, they're still cash rich. Do you think they're worried? Like, oh my gosh, what if XRP never comes back? No. I don't believe for a second that any of them are actually worried about that. And why should they be? If you just look at the data, it doesn't make sense to worry about such a thing or to think that that's probable in any sort of reality. I mean, fine, I see the point that there's a technical possibility that could go to zero for some sort of truly unforeseen thing. But if you just look at available data, it doesn't make it reasonable to suspect that's probable. That's my personal unprofessional opinion, just saying here. And then there was this from you today. XRP is becoming an extremely interesting asset, as investor sentiment reveals. According to crypto market intelligence portal Sentiment, XRP is currently one of the cryptocurrencies with the most positive sentiment on its account. In this metric, XRP keeps companies with such assets as BNB, Cake, and Theta. The study has been conducted within the last several days. I'm going to read you part of a tweet here from Sentiment, which is a fantastic on-chain analytics firm. I cite their stuff fairly regularly in videos where I'm talking about crypto markets and XRP price action, that type of stuff. Anyway, so in part, this tweet reads as follows. Among top market cap assets in crypto, those with the largest positive sentiment right now are Binance Coin, PancakeSwap, Theta, and hashtag XRP Network. So, and it's interesting. So they cite here, I'll pull up the actual chart that they shared on Twitter. I do have a bone to pick, but still it's positive to see the news. Sentiment, I like these guys. I'm just kind of surprised. They do hashtag XRP Network. You should just do hashtag XRP. That would make more sense. But then in the actual chart, I was looking down here. I was like, wait, where's XRP? I don't see, because it's alphabetical here. I was like, where's XRP or XRP Network if they're going to call it that? I couldn't find it. And then I looked left a little bit, and I saw that they put XRP under Ripple. I was just like, I rolled my eyes, I did the face palm, and then I did an audible sigh. It sounded just like this. This is why we can't have nice things. So anyway, setting aside that little bone pickery right there, I do appreciate the actual work that they're doing, but they have to know better than that. They're not making themselves look professional doing stuff like that. They have to know better than that, right? But regardless, here you can see in the pink, 98%. A 7-day positive sentiment versus me. And so that's among the top. So most of these you can see are in the negative and the green, but if you look at the ones to the upside, yeah, Ripple, freaking Ripple, XRP, damn it, to the positive, 98%. So there are a few that are higher, and a few of them are actually a good bit higher, but XRP is among the top. It's just fascinating to see this. I just, it's so interesting. Like, humans are so fascinating. I know I am one, but so I'm fascinating too. Look at how neat I am. But look. Seriously, when it comes to the sentiment, it's up, it's down, topsy-turvy. Oh my gosh. It's just, I had the perception in the earliest days of crypto, like people, with the way they were behaving, it's like they felt as though at any moment they could just wake up and literally everything would be at zero after they purchased whatever they purchased, and then it would just stay there forever. It's so topsy-turvy. Oh my God, it's so up. Oh my God, but it's going down now. Could it actually be so topsy-turvy, but it just tips over and actually goes to zero? That's what it seems like to me. People are actually thinking. I've been thinking that since late 2017, and it's just such a bonkers approach to me. Don't make no damn sense up in this bitch, so far as I'm concerned. Everything's good, folks. Everything is absolutely fantastic. There's so much opportunity right now. And yeah, I like everybody else, I was wishing that there would have been that true alt season where everything just goes parabolic. Late last year, whenever it would have been. We didn't get it. But the whole asset class still moves in tandem, and at some point it's going to move to the upside. Like if it takes a long time, many years, whatever, I don't care. I am Mr. Patient. I'm here for this. The people that don't make it are the ones that are impatient and emotional. I'm neither. I think I'm going to be just fine. And there's truly, like, there's never been an opportunity like this in the history of mankind. Truly major opportunity for life-changing wealth. And that is not just hype. The data proves that's not just hype. Doesn't mean there's no risk. There's plenty of risk. But it's real. There's never been anything like this in the history of mankind. You better believe I'm going to mess this up. Not that it's going to be perfect. Doesn't mean that things won't be messy or things could have been done better. But even if I just do a so-so job with this, in terms of when I finally sell, it doesn't matter. It's going to be so substantial, it's not going to matter. I'll go ahead and wrap up here, though. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.